Hi, today I'm going to talk about another awesome David Bowie album. Um, the preceding album to this one was Pin-Ups, which is his album of cover songs, really good album. And the album following this was Young Americans, so a real transitionary period for Bowie into that more sort of soulful phase. And you can hear it here on some of the tracks, which I'll talk about in a minute. So here's my original Diamond Dogs, and that's the album we're going to talk about. This is the original RCA one. Note the dogs parts have been blackened out here. The album cover art was done by Guy Peelart, and obviously they had to take that off at the time, which is a shame, but there were some issues that came out before that was taken off. So if you find one of those, then you're doing really well, because they'll be worth quite a bit of money. And this is the original RCA, as you can see. And I think this is a, let's have a look. Is it a first press? It's not a first press. It's A2, B2, so it's a couple of presses in, but I did buy it when it came out, so there we go. So that's the original, and then there was an anniversary edition that came out last year, which was 50th anniversary, and here it is. It's got an OB strip on it, and as you'll see from the cover, they kept the dog parts, which if you have a dog, you'll see those all the time anyway. So, but a really nice reproduction of the cover art, similar colours, and of course it's on the Bowie label, made to look like an RCA label. So this actual copy, this one here, was cut on a fully customised late Newman VMS 80 lathe, with fully recapped electronics from a 192 kilohertz restored master of the original master tapes. No additional processing on transfer. So even though it's from a digital source, it doesn't sound too bad. But I, like everything, why mess with the original? I love the original. Now, some time ago, the 30th anniversary edition came out. I got it on CD, which is this one here. And it's got two CDs, and also if we look at the cover art, that's got the dog parts as well. And CD1 is the album, the classic album. Very nice label there, and I don't think there's any additional tracks on that one, but the CD2, which has got the internal cover art on it, definitely has additional tracks. So US single version of Rebel Rebel, and various other versions of and demos of the originals. Diamond Dogs, K-Tel Best of Edit. What a weird track to put on there. And a Rebel Rebel from 2003. I haven't listened to that for some time. A nice booklet with quite a lot of information in it. The classic pictures, which you've probably all seen. And originally, this album was going to be a concept album based on George Orwell's 1984. And that's why you see on here, the track 1984, and it is a bit conceptual in parts. But effectively, the family of George Orwell didn't allow Bowie to use it, which is a real shame, because why not? And see what he could have done with it. But a great album nonetheless, and a real transitionary from sort of like the Americanized Ziggy of Aladdin Sane, through to Young Americans, the real soul Bowie. And then, of course, from there we went into Station to Station and so on. So really good album. Really love having this one. Loved it at the time. Favourite tracks on here? Whew, I like most of them, to be honest. So Diamond Dogs, Sweet Thing, Candidate, Sweet Thing, Reprise, Rebel Rebel, Rock and Roll with Me, We Are the Dead, 1984, Big Brother, and Chant of the Ever Circling Skeletal Family. I think on here I would say that my favourite track is probably Rebel Rebel, actually, and Diamond Dogs, which I've also got on single and bought at the time. So Rebel Rebel, the guitar work on there is phenomenal, and it says Bowie played guitar, saxes, Moog, and Mellotron. So it implies that Bowie played the guitar on that track, but I'm not sure if that is the case. Guitar on 1984 on here was Alan Parker. So I don't know if Bowie actually played it, never got to the root of that, but we'll assume he did. Great internal cover art as well, of a dystopian city there. So thanks for listening. I'll be back with more Bowie in a couple of weeks.